Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 6 of this Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Platinum Trophy walkthrough. There's only 7 parts in this whole series, so we're getting very close to the end. I can almost taste that Platinum Trophy already. Before we go on though, I do have a quick favor to ask of you, and that is if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. That really helps me out as the content creator, and it helps to spread this video series to a wider audience, and all I really want to do is to help more people like yourselves get that Platinum Trophy. So if you've already subscribed, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, and if not, please consider doing so because that's very helpful towards me as well. So with that out of the way, we're going to pick up where we left off, and we are outside the Mirage Tower. Let's take a few steps up, and we will begin the Mirage Tower dungeon. From here, we're just going to go straight up, and you can see that there's a room with a bunch of concentric circles made out of these walls. We're going to go up the right side of the middle section, and that will take us to ultimately where we can get to the middle of this room. On the way there, I did encounter a couple of these new monsters. The Black Knights are the ones that we have to add to the Bestiary. With our new job upgrades, these guys are a piece of cake. Just take them out with a couple physical attacks, and we did hit level 37 at this point. From here, we're just going to go around, and there are 8 treasure chests in this little room. So go around, pick them all up, grab all 8 of them. There's one in the upper right corner, one on the right. There are 5 of them in the middle section, and then one on the left side. Once you have all of those, now proceed down, and we're going to go toward the bottom of the room again, but we're going to go out the bottom left door. We came in the bottom right door, so go out the bottom left door, and that takes you around to another staircase that we want to take up. We did encounter another enemy around here. It's the Chimera. They like to use that blaze attack to do moderate damage to our whole team, nothing that we can't handle, and a couple physical attacks will take them down. Now we're going to go up the stairs. Now walk around the outside of this room. We're going to go counterclockwise as we go around, or anti-clockwise if that's more of your lingo. When you get to the first intersection, head toward the left side and then proceed around toward the north side of the room. This will take you down and around toward the left side of the room. We did encounter this new enemy. It's called the Guardian. They're super weak. You can see their lasers are only doing 2 damage to us, and we do a whole lot more with our attacks. So this will only take a few moments to take out, and then we can continue on our journey. Keep going around the left side until you get to the first opening, then go in toward the right, then keep going up and toward the right until you can get to the middle part. Now, as you're right next to this big black blob in the middle, head down until you see a door, then go in that door. There are 10 different treasure chests that line the middle of this room, so go around and pick up all of those. There's some really good stuff, some new weapons here, there's some new armor, and a whole lot of gil to pick up. Unfortunately, gil isn't very important to us anymore in this game, but we will get a whole lot of it going through here. So that's all 18 treasure chests. We had 8 in the first room and 10 in the second room. Now we just go through and optimize all of our equipment to put on all that new good gear that we got, and then head on down the way that we came. We want to work our way back toward the north end of this room, so just go around the middle here, following that big black blob, and then you will get up to the very top and take the stairs up. From here, you can either go toward the right or the left, it doesn't matter. You just want to get to the bottom of the room and then go in the door. There's a monster blocking our path here, so we just want to do a quick save just for safety, and then we'll talk to him to see that it is a blue dragon. Don't overthink this thing. I think I put too much thought into this, thinking that it would be more difficult than what it is. It really isn't. Just a couple physical attacks, and I'm going to also queue up a flare from the Black Wizard here. That's going to be more than enough to take this guy out. He only did 75 damage to Frenchie when he attacked with a physical attack, but one physical attack and then that follow-up flare was enough to take him out. So don't worry about him too much. We're moving on from here. So if you proceed up, you can see a glowing pad on the ground. That shows where we ultimately can warp out of this Mirage Tower. But let's check out the Bestiary. We'll go all the way down to number 104 for Black Knight, 105 Chimera, 106 Guardian, and 107 for Blue Dragon. We got 108, the Green Dragon from the Waterfall Cavern from before. So you should have all of those Bestiary entries now. And then proceed up and step on that warp pad so that we can leave. We get the Adventurer's Wayfarer trophy as soon as we set foot here, and that just means that we've gone to every location on the map. So congratulations, we're good there. If you look at this map, you can see that there's treasure chests to our right and the left, and also one toward the south of us, and then going north is how we get out of here. So what we want to do first is just head toward the south, and we're going to go around and get into another fight with these Black Flan monsters, or Black Flan, depending on how you want to pronounce that. These guys are really simple. They'll take some good damage even from physical attacks. No real reason to do magic, but if you want to cast a fire on them and you'll do enough damage to take them out, no problem. Keep going down. We're going down into this room on the bottom with the singular treasure chest. Once you get there, open it up for a razor. Now we can head on out, and we're going to go up toward that same main hub where we started, and then we're going to go over toward the left side first and get the treasure chest over in that left room. On the way there, I encountered another monster that we have to add to the bestiary. It's the Earth Medusa, a very simple monster to take out. It does very little damage to us, and we can kill it in basically one hit. So go ahead and finish those guys off, and we're going to pick up all of the 4 treasure chests up in this room. At this point, I actually ran out of the ability to hold more gil. I'm totally maxed out at this point, so gil doesn't matter at all for the rest of this game, and every time you see me pick up gil, it's going to say that I can't hold anymore. Little unfortunate, but that's alright. Now we're going past that center hub over toward the right side, where there are more treasure chests for us to get. Here's a new monster for us. It's the Manticore, just like the Chimera from before. Very simple monster that we can take out in 1 or 2 hits. Okay, let's go into the door and then pick up the 5 treasure chests that we can find over in this right room. Okay, now let's go back toward that center hub, and from here we're going to go north, and when we go that way, you'll see that there is a new way that we can leave. Step on the glowing teleport pad, and that will take us up into the next floor. Now that we're on the second floor, let's go south. We're going to the middle of this room. I did encounter the Stone Golem at this point. Again, very easy monster with 1 physical attack should be enough to take them down from your melee characters. At the center of the hub, you'll see that there are lots of different rooms in all different directions here. So we're going to go around and pick up the applicable treasure chests from all of these rooms. Let's start by heading toward the upper left corner. That's the northwestern room, and there are 2 treasure chests up in here with a cottage and a mithril helm. Now we're going to go back toward the center of this area, down 1 level, so we're going directly toward the left or the west. Here we encountered a new enemy called the Death Knight, a little bit different from the Black Knight that we fought earlier. So you do have to get this one separately, and it is accompanied by this Nightmare, which we fought a lot of times in the past. Okay, as we go due west from the center hub, we can grab 2 more treasure chests in this room. They both have gil, which unfortunately I can't carry. Now let's go back toward that center hub. We're now going to go all the way down to the bottom left room. Here we have a couple new enemies, the Air Elemental and the Spirit Naga. These are very similar to other monsters that we fought before. They're really no tougher. Take them out in 1 or 2 attacks and you can move on. Now let's go all the way down to the bottom left corner. There's a room here. Go on inside and you can see a rock on the ground. When you pick it up, you obtain adamantite. That's a very important resource that we'll be making use of pretty soon as we're done with this area. So from the bottom left area, we're going to go all the way diagonally up to the upper right area. There's 1 more treasure chest up in here that we can grab for diamond gloves. And now we're going to head down into the next level on the right side. And if you head down straight right from the center hub, you can grab these 2 treasure chests in the right room. And we did get a ribbon here. Ribbons are kind of nice because they help prevent those status ailments. So we're just going to do some optimization and then equip another ribbon onto our knight, just so that we don't get hit by any of those nasty status effects. From here we're going to go down and we can go around toward the bottom right corner. And when we head down here, there's going to be yet another room that we can go into for some more treasure chests. So let's grab all of these. There's a black robe and a white robe. You can put those on your black wizard and your white wizard respectively, and they are pretty nice upgrades for you. Okay, now we're going to go down and we can step on the teleport pad. This is straight south from that center hub, and that will take us all the way up to the 3rd floor. This room is a little more broken up. It's not as straightforward as the other ones, but you can see that there are some rooms scattered around. Let's go up and we can go into the upper room first. There are 4 treasure chests up in here. Go ahead and grab all of those. Now we're going to go back toward the center hub where we have the teleport pad. Now we're going to go over toward the right side, and if you go kind of down, you can follow the path around and that will take you into the door. There are 6 treasure chests in this room that we need to grab. Okay, from here we're going to go back to the center hub. And now we're going to go all the way toward the west side of this area, and we can go into the room on the left. Grab the 4 treasure chests in this room. And we get a Sasuke's blade. That's a nice weapon upgrade for our ninja. Go ahead and throw that on for a little bit more attack. And we don't have to go to the southern part of this area. Instead, we just have to go down a little bit from that far left room, and there's a teleport pad that will take us up to the 4th floor. From here, this room looks really weird. It's just kind of endless sprawling ground. Start off by heading toward the left. We did get into a fight with this soldier. It looks a lot like the Guardian that we fought in the Mirage Tower. This one's just a little bit stronger. It does more damage. You can take a hit a little bit better, but ultimately it is not a difficult enemy at all. 1 turn should be enough to get rid of this enemy, and then we can keep going. Okay, we just hit level 40 now, so we're doing pretty well there. Let's go 1 row over toward the left, and now another row over for a total of 2 rows left. Now we're going to go south for 2 rows again. So here's 1 row and another row. And that's where the teleport pad is. But we don't want to go into it just yet. There are some enemies that we need to get around here. The first one is this dark fighter. It likes to heal itself, but we can kill it faster than it can heal itself. And now keep going around until we get into a fight with the last monster that we need here, which is the Vampire Lord. Very similar to the vampire that we fought a long time ago, but this one we can take out pretty easily because we're so strong. We're just about done with the Flying Fortress, so let's check to make sure that we have all 33 of the treasure chests in this area, and now we're going to go into the Bestiary. Start by scrolling down to number 80. That is one that we've been waiting for a long time. It is the Manticore. And now scroll down a little bit further and you can see 109 Stone Golem, 110 Air Elemental, 111 Spirit Naga, 112 Death Knight, 113 Earth Medusa, 114 Black Flan, 115 Soldier, 116 Vampire Lord, and 117 Dark Fighter. So we've gotten all of those. There's only a few more enemies that we need to add to the Bestiary, and then we're going to be all done. But let's get another one that's pretty rare, and we have to go into this teleporter to find it. Okay, this is the 5th floor of the Flying Fortress. It will take you probably a very long time to find this next very rare monster that I want to show you, and it is the famed Warmech. It took me a half hour to find this guy just running up and down this one hallway, so it'll probably take you a while. It can take upwards of a few hours to a few days to find this thing. And it's kind of tough too. It has 2000 HP, it heals itself for 100 health every turn, and it can do a ton of damage to you either in physical attacks with a laser, or it can use something called Nuke, which will do about 300 damage to all of your party members. Make sure that you keep your party healthy at all times. Using Hilaga is a very good thing to do just to keep your party topped off. That first round I did use Holy just to make sure that I did as much damage as I can. I'm trying to rush it down as fast as possible using physical attacks from my fighters and then using Flare from my Black Wizard. Some people like to spend some time to buff their physical characters by using things like Haste and Temper, and that's certainly good to do. if you want to make sure that they're doing a lot of damage. However, I prefer just to hit it really hard, really fast with those flares, and I can take it down in probably 3 turns here, just doing it this way. So either way is fine, you just don't want it to run away because they are known to flee sometimes, and that would be very bad because you have to find them all again. So play this battle a little bit safe with your white wizard, making sure that everyone stays healed up in case you get nuked. Otherwise, hit it as hard as you can with your other attacks, especially Flare, and this battle won't take too long. You should be able to out-damage its healing, and this battle shouldn't take more than just a couple turns if you're a decent level, right around level 40 or so, should be adequate for this fight. Okay, there you go. It is done, and we get a whole lot of gil and experience for that fight, so it's definitely a good monster to fight. Now let's go into the configuration menu to our bestiary, scrolling all the way down to 118. That's where Warmech is, and we've gotten everything so far. Okay, let's go up, and we can make sure that all of our characters are healed up. Make sure that everyone has the MP for your white wizard and your black wizard, and then save the game because we have another more tricky fiend fight when you talk to the green orb. The Lich, Merilith, the Kraken. You have defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch. All the better. May the image of Tiamat, the fiend of wind, be the last to burn in your eyes. Tiamat is definitely the hardest of the 4 fiends, but we can still beat him pretty easily with a little bit of strategy on our side. So what we want to do is play a little bit more defensively than the other fiends. We're going to have our white wizard spend a lot of time just making sure that we're healed up and also protected. So using that Protera spell, Invisra, anything that we can do to lessen the damage that we take from its physical attacks, which are pretty strong. We can then use our melee characters to do their melee attacks, and I'm going to have my black wizard start off by buffing the characters. I talked about this during the Warmech fight just a moment ago, but using haste on them increases the number of attacks that they do every turn, and then if you use temper, you're able to have them do more damage with all those attacks. So comboing haste and temper will be able to give you a lot more damage every turn with your melee characters. So I'm just going to buff up the knight and the ninja, and then I'm going to turn my black mage into a flare casting machine, all the while having my white wizard using things like Hilaga just to keep my party nice and healthy. We're not worried too much about Tiamat's magical attacks. It's really the physical attacks that can work you down pretty quickly. So that's why we're doing things to limit the number of times that we get hit with those physical attacks, and we're just going to endure those magical attacks as they come in pretty easily with that Hilaga. From here, we're just kind of going to run out the fight, so I'm just going to let it play out in the background, and I will see you on the other side of it. And with that flare, Tiamat is down. Not a very difficult fight if you just play it on the defensive side and make sure that you're taking care of all of your party members throughout it. We get the Wind's Caress trophy by defeating Tiamat and restoring the light to the Wind Crystal. And that's the last crystal that we have to do that for, so congratulations, we're now pretty much ready for the end of the game. Let's step on that glowy green circle at the top of the room, and that will teleport us out of the Mirage Tower. Now we just have to walk back to our airship across the desert a little bit toward the southeast of where we started. From here, we're going to start flying it toward the west and then head south. Eventually, you will come across where the Chaos Shrine is, but keep going. We're going to go a little bit to the southwest of there, and you'll see this area here with a cave in the forest. Head on inside the cave and you will recognize this place as Mount Durgar. This is where we got the nitro powder a long time ago, but let's head over to the left and then up into the room to talk to the man with the red hat. Is this adamantite? Hoots, I'll use this to make you the finest sword you'll ever wield. Done. In all my years, I've never crafted a finer sword. Go on, take her. She's yours. You obtain Excalibur. And we also obtain the Sword of Myth trophy for getting Excalibur. Not exactly the best sword in the world, but it's a close runner-up. Let's go and equip that, and you can see it is a really nice upgrade to our attack and our accuracy. So let's put that on our knight right away, and now we can head on out. Though some minecart tracks are a little bit too much for the Warriors of Legend, it seems. Once you're outside, hop aboard your airship, and we're going to fly a little bit toward the east. We're going to land right outside of Cornelia. Just head inside, buy all of the items that you want to, heal at the inn if necessary, and then let's keep going. Once you're fully prepared, hop into your airship, and we're going to fly just to the northwest where we can see the Chaos Shrine. Go ahead and land anywhere in the grassy area, and that's where we're going to stop this episode. In the next episode, we're going to do the full last dungeon and the final boss and get that platinum trophy. So very excited for that. Make sure you tune into it, and don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss it. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support for this series, and I will see you very, very soon. Have a good day.